What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another MLB High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comments section, and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I'm going to do every single week on this channel. Drop a like on the video because I already know you're gonna love it. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. So, this is going to be short and simple, all right? Tyler Gilbert. It was who I expected to start for Arizona yesterday when I did the video, and then it ended up being Kelly. So that changed the whole video pretty much because I don't really care for San Francisco against righties. But once again, we have Tyler Gilbert starting today. And so once again, I love San Francisco. So pretty much the high five from yesterday is the high five today. Y'all have a great day. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to break it down. Obviously, we got different pitchers to talk about. I still love San Francisco as a sneaky stack today. I see that Vegas has their total fairly like middle of the pack, which is, hey, when you see that and you see San Francisco against a lefty, I mean, that gets you pretty excited, not going to lie. So, once again, I do like San Francisco against a bad lefty. We're going to talk about those guys once again, but we're going to talk about a few guys that might be different. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, first and foremost, I have not, yes, there is a game in Coors, but honestly, over my first look at the slate, there's not a bunch of guys that I feel like I need to force in from the White Sox Colorado game. Like, if I do get players from this game, it'll most likely be from the White Sox side. I haven't had a ton of Colorado guys I'm really in love with, but because of that, I mean, you'll probably see Colorado put 12 runs up tonight. But I'm really excited to dive into this slate because it doesn't feel like one of those slates where you got to force in cores, and if people do force in cores, it could end up being a huge night tonight. But let's go ahead and get straight into it. Not going to waste too much of y'all's time. I already posted 3 of my favorite MLB prize picks over at greenlightdfs.com. We won 5 of our 6 bets over there on prize picks yesterday. It was a great day. So excited to just keep that rolling. As always, use those member exclusive tools that you get at greenlightdfs.com with every package. Not only do you get the optimal lines, you get an optimizer where you can create GPP lineups. You get the MLB player ranking tool, MLB player prop tool, NRFI tool, the no runs first inning tool where it'll easily show you exactly what teams you need to bet the under on first inning runs on prize picks as well. It's just so much content on the site, and I'm super proud of what we've done with the site and the content that we've added to just add value to our customers who are a part of the squad. So super excited about that, man, and just excited to continue to grow. All right, let's get it, man. So starting off at pitcher, like I said, there is a game in course, but I haven't felt the need to force anything. So because of that, I'm getting my pitchers right, and I'm not worrying about cores. All right, Nola and Rodon are the pitchers on the slate, in my opinion. There are so many options to go, though. Okay, you've got mid-range guys of Clevenger, George Kirby, who are both in solid matchups, who could also hit very well. We know Strider's been probably the best pitcher in the entire league. He's on the road in Philly at 8-7. You've got Shane McClanahan against Baltimore, who's been one of the best pitchers in the entire league. Like, we've got some really good pitching on this slate today. And because of that, I think you have to get your studs right. You got to get your pitching right. And because the pitching is so good on this slate, I'm taking the 2 ultimate studs. Aaron Nola is at home against a strikeout-heavy Atlanta squad. I just really love this spot for Aaron Nola here. He's 10K, yeah, but he's my favorite pitcher on the entire slate. And like I said, on this slate with all this juicy pitching, get your right pitching. Don't worry about the price of these guys. Block the price out. Don't worry about it. Focus on your pitching before you ever even put a bat in. Get your pitching and then start working on your bats and figure out what stacks work for you with that price range that you're left over with. But Carlos Rodon and Nola have fantastic K rates. We all know that. Rodon is going against Arizona, a bad offense, plain and simple. It's just a fantastic matchup here for him as well. If you end up saying, you know what, the pitching is so good, I'm going to grab some of the middle range guys like a Strider at 8-7, like a Clevenger 8-1, Kirby, whatever, then cool, more power to you. You're going to have to do that if you're going to stack up the cores game and spend elite numbers on bats. But I just haven't really felt the need to do that. So I'm getting my favorite pitchers. And as you can see with projection-wise, these 2 are above the rest by a good amount of points. Nola and Carlos Rodon are my 2 pitchers I'm going with on this slate today. Now, let's talk about the bats, okay? So obviously, if I'm spending up on bats and I'm getting the studs, there's going to have to be some value somewhere, right? At first base, Let's go right back to my boy Darren Ruff. Now I talked about San Francisco yesterday because I was expecting them to face the pitcher they're facing today yesterday when I did the high five video. As y'all could probably tell as you were watching the video, you're like, oh, they're not facing a lefty. What's going on? That's why when I did the video earlier on in the day, Tyler Gilbert was the expected starter. After I did the video, it switched to Merrill Kelly, and then you don't want these guys versus a righty, but versus lefties you do. Okay, so with everybody going, Merrill Kelly and not worrying about San Francisco yesterday, maybe you can kind of jump on them here today. And I'm excited too because Vegas kind of has their, like I said earlier on in the video, Vegas has San Francisco's team total kind of middle range. So if that's in fact the case, we know how a lot of these noobs like to play DFS. They like to look at the Vegas total and just stack up the top teams and not even worry about the rest. So because of that, I definitely want some exposure to San Francisco. I feel like their floor is very, very solid here. They're getting a park upgrade to Arizona. These guys are just fantastic versus lefties. Darren Ruff, as of late, has been the best hitter on this San Francisco team versus left-handed pitching. So Darren Ruff has just got tremendous power. I believe he's got like over a 300 ISO versus lefties. Let me be 100%. Yeah, 306 ISO versus left-handed pitching, which is just ridiculous. This is a bad lefty, so I really love Darren Ruff to go in for your a couple of your San Francisco guys, and they're cheap priced. All of these San Francisco guys are going to be cheap, so Darren Ruff at 3-2 is a fantastic spot. And then when we look at these San Francisco hitters, I'm going back to Yermin Mercedes. So as you know, I put him in the high five yesterday expecting a lefty, and I'm doing it again here. He's only bare min 2K. He should be batting that fourth or fifth spot is what I'm expecting, and it's just a fantastic spot, righty lefty. He's been hitting lefties very well. Remember when he was playing for the White Sox the other year, he came in out of nowhere and was just hitting bomb after bomb after bomb, and then he had a cold streak and got sent back down. But Yermin Mercedes is a guy that can hit with a ton of power, and at 2K, I'm all over it for some value to be able to get some stud bats in as well as my stud pitching. So you get those value bats right, especially Yermin Mercedes goes out and hits a bomb and he's like 5% owned, which would be awesome. Then you're automatically looking at takedown range if your stud pitching does what you're expecting them to do. All right. Last but not least, I got another value because I want to make sure you guys get plenty of the value at the hitter spot. That way you have plenty to work from, and having the two stud pitchers doesn't really bother you when it comes to finding whatever play you want to play. Bobby Dahlbeck is really popping as one of the best values on the entire slate for me. Dahlbeck's going to go against a bad lefty. At least right now, Cleveland's expected starter is a lefty. So with that being said, Bobby Dahlbeck, righty-lefty matchup, should be batting in the heart of this Boston order is what I'm expecting at least. At 2.5, look at that. I mean, look at that projection right here, man. I mean, I have him up here as the top third baseman on the entire slate. So it's just a fantastic spot here. Very, very excited for that. And definitely want some Dahlbeck as well as a value. So as you can see, I have had no struggle finding value bats on this slate today. So remember, once again, my main focus is make sure you spend up for your stud pitching, get the most safest pitching that you like the most with the most upside, and then get the value bats in, and then plug around your favorite stack or plug around your one-off favorite spend up bats, whatever. As you guys know, it'll immediately be GPP if you kind of sprinkle in one-off bats around it, because everybody is just gonna stack. They're gonna pick a team and just stack most of the time, and you can take advantage of that by kind of grabbing one-off pieces of maybe a stack that you like or something like that. But anyways, Aaron Nola, Carlos Rodon, Darren Ruff, Bobby Dahlbeck, Yermin Mercedes is the high five. This is feeling like a fantastic slate, man. So I'm excited for it, y'all. Greenlightdfs.com, join the squad. Like I said, I already have 3 prize picks for MLB over on the MLB Access page. So make sure you go enter those in before they change. Yesterday, we had a couple picks that I posted the night before that were changed by the morning by a full point. So make sure you grab them before they adjust them. And thank you guys for joining me as always. Let's get this money. I'm out. Peace.